Hi, my name is Jordan. I'm 36 and I had a concussion in 2017. It was a hockey game where me and another guy were just skating after a loose puck. We were both going in opposite directions and both going full speed, and it was just an accident. We both turned the wrong way to get out of the way, and it was kind of a yard sale. I was trying to change my career. I wanted to be a firefighter. I actually almost didn't play the hockey game. Posting a competition for a firefighter position at a couple of the fire departments in town here, and past the written test phase, the next step was the ride-along phase, and that would have been coming up in the next week or two. I wanted to be in good shape for that, so I thought, should I play the hockey game? I might get injured. I wasn't thinking concussion. I was thinking, I don't want to hurt myself and miss the ride-along. But ultimately I decided, okay, well, no, I'll just do what I've been doing that got me here, and that was playing the hockey game, and it just happened to be the night. At the time, I didn't think that anything had really, I knew what a concussion had felt like from before, but I felt okay. Kind of at the time, I did a little self-check. I knew what day it was, where I was, and all that, so I was like, I'll play the rest of the game. And it wasn't until after where I realized I was super confused. I went to the penalty box instead of the player's bench to collect some of my stuff, and then I was like, okay, something's going on. My head felt bigger than it was big enough for. But then, if I pushed it, I tried to work for about a week and a half after, and the screen time really affected me. So I was having really hard time focusing. One eye would focus kind of near, one far, and it was really hard to strain them to bring them together. The one that was kind of the most relieving to kick was probably the sea legs or dizziness feeling. It's not vertigo where the world is spinning, but just that feeling like when you've been on a boat all day and you hit land for the first time. Life was full. It was a big life. I didn't realize how big at the time, but we had a 3-year-old at home, and I was volunteering at our fire hall, had a full-time job, and just tried to stay really active. For the first 3 to 4 weeks, I did nothing but try and rest to heal myself. And I totally mismanaged the concussion. From previous concussions, that's how I dealt with them. And there's so much more now where you can rehab certain symptoms. There was a 4 to 6 week wait time to get in with a sports medicine guy who referred me to my physio. And eventually you can kind of bring it all together, and it got to the point where I was able to kind of mimic a work day at the library, a partial work day, and then get back to the office about 9 months after. Yeah, it was tough. There was a few times where I'd go to the store, it was my kid's birthday, and I went to go pick out a baseball gloves for him and pick up a cake on the way home. 10 minutes at sport check, and the walls started to move and I had a headache the rest of the day. I was spent by the time I got home from that for the rest of the day, and it kind of ruined being able to be present for his birthday. I was there, but it was a rough night. It wasn't good. Things like that made it pretty tough through the recovery phase. I think that's one of the hardest things to get over, is this person that you used to be, and you think, I should hit that bar, and in order to hit that bar I have to do X, Y, and Z every day, and you end up spinning your tires. I think the most challenging part was home life. You develop a certain dynamic in your relationship with your wife, and you have family responsibilities and home life, work life, volunteer fire hall. You have expectations of yourself, people have expectations of you, and just the feeling that you're constantly letting people down all the time. I think that's probably the hardest thing to get over. Working with those people that are close to you to kind of reframe those expectations over time, to try to get to a point where you can both kind of accept, move on, and kind of enjoy the new. Things are a little smaller now. It's less about an ambition to change my career or fill the calendar with rec activities. You kind of appreciate the littler things more, like going for a walk. I used to hate going for walks. It was I go for the walks for the dogs, but that'd be about it. And now we enjoy going for walks all the time. Doctors you really should follow up with the Brain Injury Society. They may not be able to find out and diagnose any new problems, but you can certainly meet a lot of people that you relate with and develop some coping skills. And I would say that's exactly what it's been good for. I have reframed a little bit from, okay, instead of chasing down an answer and trying to fix myself. Just acceptance, coming to a place of acceptance. This is the way I am now, and what are other people doing that can help, and the courses that VBIS puts on, they've been informative, and then I think as much as they are informative, they're just peer support, and you get so much out of talking to people who are going through. You can't relate to everybody because all sorts of people come from different brain injuries and they're dealing with different things. It's been good to meet lots of people who are going through similar type things and struggling with similar type things. You can pick up tips and tricks off of them, and just a sense of togetherness, I guess. You're not in it alone. you meet somebody out there who's struggling with similar stuff. There's more than just your symptoms, and there's still what can give a lot of people hope is that, yeah, you may have lost, like for example the fire hall. I went back in there like months later, and I went for a coffee with the guys, and I remember it wasn't until getting down to the apparatus bay, we opened up the door, and the smell of like diesel and the equipment, just the smell triggered this like instant like tears, just reaction coming down my face at something I'd lost, right? But instead of identifying with those things you used to do, you get to kind of frame it however you want, and you can pick up new things, and I have, and it's been really rewarding.